Hey, what is up, bro? Me llamo Riso, aka Aethel Wolf, and welcome to the Wolf Pack. So, what's it like as a brand new fan, someone who just finished Uncharted in 2022? What's it like to see the new Uncharted trailer? So, I actually want to be beating Uncharted Drake's Legacy just for the purpose of being able to watch the movie and hoping that I'll get it and understand the references. I've always wanted to play the game, and this movie coming out finally gave me the push to say, let's freaking do it. So what is it like as a new fan to the series to be able to watch this trailer? How many references am I gonna get? Do I need to play more games than just the first one? And even though I've only played one game, what do I think? Is it a good do I think this is gonna be a good movie based off of me just beating the first game? Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna correlate? And just so that you all know, in case you were wondering if I liked the game, I did. I loved it. If you'd like to hear a little bit more in-depth review of what I thought of the game, please click on the video that's popping up here to watch my full review on what it's like to play Uncharted Drake's Fortune in 2022. Oh, and if you're watching this video because you watched that video, you freaking rock. Go treat yourself to a cookie or something. Okay, and on that note, let's jump to the trailer reaction. Okay, here we are. So, let's go ahead and hit this reaction.
Hey kid, a little young for a bartender, aren't you?
Okay, right off the bat, I have no idea what he's talking about being a bartender. In the first movie, in the first game, I don't think they talk about that at all.
Easy. But it's just a story.
This is something that I already knew about, but Sully missing the stash, bro? Come on, man.
500 years ago,
A ship coming out of the water. That looked like a scene off of Pirates of the Caribbean.
then was betrayed.
The ship just kind of flooped itself.
Searching for it all in vain.
I have no idea who that chick is. Where's Elena? Okay, yeah.
He almost got me killed.
Okay, yeah. This.
Well, it was 50-50, so I made a guess.
Clearly.
Okay. So Sully's a little too young for me right now. Sully's too young, and same thing with Nate. He's a little too young. He looks too young, but
So much blood.
I'm not. You know, I'm gonna try and not say too much. Look at how fancy this building is. Okay, so far the first game, there's no environments that are like this. In the first game, you're just pure jungle. So that's already a little bit different. This, I'm pretty sure, is a scene from Uncharted 3. I'm like 90% sure. He's got the necklace, which is nice. I will say that I happen to enjoy the visuals there. That looked really cool. That boat scene looked huge Uncharted 1 vibes.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
I have no idea who you are, girl. I really
What else
don't.
aren't you telling me?
The victor spoils.
Okay. I saw a little bit of an island. There we go. That looks more Uncharted-y. I like that. Now this giant boat being taken away. Okay. Alright. So these are the treasures. I suppose this is their treasure, the boats. I mean, I can go along with this. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, okay.
Hey,
that's pretty much.
Put him down, boys.
Oh, that shirt.
What is that thing on your face?
Yeah, puberty's right around the corner, kid. You can grow your own.
Okay, there we go. There it is. I hadn't seen that part. With the Sully having the stash at the end there. That's freaking dope. Okay. Let me get into this. Let's dissect this real quick. So first of all, you know, Nathan Drake's working as a bartender. I don't know what that's about, bro. They say nothing about that in the first game. At least I didn't notice anything like that. So I guess before we get into it too much, let's talk about the characters themselves. So Sully, your boy Sully here. I know that in Uncharted 2 and 3, again, I've never played them, but I know that those dive in a little bit deeper into the background and a little bit of the story of when Nathan Drake was younger, right? So I think I've seen cutscenes of a young Sully, right, and a young Nathan Drake. So the scene at the very end where Nathan Drake has, I think I've seen images of a young Nathan Drake in either Uncharted 3 or 2 where he has a shirt very similar to that, if not that same exact shirt. And obviously your boy Sully is looking more like this. A young Sully looking like this. He's got the stash, right? Why did they choose to have a Sully that has no stash? if we take into account the scene happening after the movie ends and it's like a post-credit scene or something like that, then it would make sense that this entire movie takes place before the first Uncharted game. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I would hope that for the majority of the movie he'd have a stash, but I don't know if they're gonna do some weird floopy thing where he eventually gets a stash later on the film or like after the movie, you know, and then like a not post-credit type scene, but just at the end of the movie he gets a stash for something that happened during the movie. Maybe. Okay, I'd be cool with that kind of in a way, maybe, but doesn't feel like Sully right off the bat. As for the actor that they chose, Mark Wahlberg looks pretty old. He's starting to get there. But for me, as someone who just played the first game, I would like to see a Sully who has gray hairs and a stash, bro. He's got to have the signature stash. Again, please keep in mind, everyone, that this is from the perspective of someone who's only played the first game. If this movie is meant to be a prequel, from what I've played in the first game, I would have no clue. Hence why here you hear me complaining so much about, oh, why doesn't Sully look old? Why doesn't Sully have a mustache? If this is a prequel, disregard all my comments about talking about how young both of these characters look, because I talk about it a little bit more here too. But okay, it's okay. I won't take away too many points, but just saying. Let's talk about Nathan Drake, right? I absolutely love Nathan Drake. He's probably the strongest character. I mean, you know, story, like Nathan Drake alone is one of the reasons why I would play that entire game. Or even want to watch this movie. I think that he's just such a good character, like such a well-made character. Like he's so cool and he's witty. I mentioned this in my review, but he reminds me of Spider-Man, you know? He's young, but you know, and like when he's fighting, he makes these quirky comments, like kind of like toying with the bad guys. And I love it. I love it. Ironic that I just mentioned Spider-Man and, you know, Tom Holland. Yeah, you get it. But anyway, Nathan Drake is more of a man than Tom Holland looks here. Tom Holland straight looks like a child. But I will say the only thing that kind of brings this together a little bit more is that Sully looks so young, right? So I guess it's okay because Sully looks young. That's why I'll be okay with Nathan Drake looking this young, I suppose. But again, as someone who just played the first game, I'm a little worried because I'm starting to feel like I need to play more. The other thing too, that I like this, you know, this part with the map and stuff. That makes it feel a little bit more Uncharted-y, you know, that part too. That's pretty nice. But then I'm not really sure what's going on with the whole boat situation. Okay, so I just said how, like, again, I haven't played Uncharted 2 or 3, but I feel like looking at this building, based off of trailers and little bits I've seen as, you know, growing up with Uncharted, you know, in the background of my life, I feel like I've seen a Nathan Drake jumping around these buildings when he was younger, like on the roof of these buildings. But here's the big kicker, as someone who's only played Uncharted 1.
All in vain.
Who the heck is this chick? Who the heck is this girl? Now, I have no doubt that she's really cool. And I did watch the trailer for Uncharted 2, like the video game, and I know that she pops up there. But who the heck is this chick? And not even to mention that I watched this entire trailer, and there was no sight of Elena. Zero sight of any blonde chick whatsoever. At least that I didn't notice. Please comment down below if you did. This right here, this part right here with this chick already tells me I have to play Uncharted 2 to have an even bigger connection with the movie, for me to be able to watch this movie and be like, oh my gosh, my heart, my soul, I love Uncharted, and now I love this movie. Huge disconnect with me having no idea who this chick is. But let's see, I guess let's keep going. So again, I like this scene because this is very Uncharted-y, you know, like there's like traps, and yep, they almost get stabbed.
Fuck, why Sully? Well, it was 50-50, so I made a guess.
Yep, so I like that. I like that whole part. But this whole scene, as someone who's only played Uncharted 1, seeing this whole scene where they're just like in like a fancy building with fancy lights, they're wearing suits, they're wearing tuxedos. This is nothing. This you see nothing like this in Uncharted 1. Don't get me wrong, it looks really cool, but this is the car, nothing from Uncharted 1. So that part right there also tells me that I don't know if in Uncharted 2, 3, or 4 they're more in like in a city type environment like that, but if not, a little bit of a disconnect right there. This part I'm like 90% sure, because again at some point throughout my life I watched the trailer for Uncharted 3, and this part where he's like falling off the boxes, it's really cool, really cool. but from Uncharted 3. I know that for a fact. Then, yeah, I mean, this whole thing looks cool. I love, this is more Uncharted. All of this whole scene is more Uncharted. You know, a lot of action. Nathan Drake here, Tom Holland actually looks how he's supposed to look, in my opinion. This is all really cool. The action, you know, talk about the setting. Like, this image right here is Uncharted 1. You have Nathan Drake with the cool outfit, some water in the background, some greenery, and obviously an old ship. You know, this is Uncharted 1. I don't see too much of this in the trailer. I'm very curious to see how much of this environment, this scenery is going to be a part of the movie, what percentage of it, and how much of it is going to be, you know, in like a fancy building, how much, right? How much? So let's go back to the big camp. So I guess that's gonna do it for my initial thoughts on the Uncharted official trailer that came out, comparing it to the very first Uncharted game that ever came out, having no context and no idea what happens in Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4, The Lost Legacy, all that stuff. I'm feeling pretty lost, I'm not gonna lie. Watching this trailer really just makes me think I need to play Uncharted 2, 3, maybe even 4 to really understand and grasp everything that's happening. Again, I wouldn't know because I haven't played those games yet, but as of now, as someone who's just completed Uncharted 1 and is watching this trailer and wants to watch this movie because they just beat the first game, I don't know. So yeah, those are my initial thoughts on the Uncharted trailer as someone who just beat Uncharted 1 in 2022. I am going to go ahead and play Uncharted 2, hopefully before this movie comes out, hopefully before I watch the movie, and after that I may be able to make a video that is similar to this one after having played Uncharted 2 and give you all my thoughts on what I think of the trailer then. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you haven't checked out my Uncharted 1 review, go ahead and click on the video up here. If you'd like to see me play on all of Uncharted, because I stream the entire thing, go down to the description and click on the link that has a playlist for every episode that I streamed of Uncharted. I played that with my girlfriend too, so y'all will get to meet her in those videos as well. But anywho, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe to one of the most amazing YouTube families out here. I love you, Wolfpack, and I will see you all, I will see you all next time.